What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Pause or Set Play. Right now I'm in the middle of a patrol on Venus, but I wanted to make a video on the two raid weapons, the two primary raid weapons. So of course right now I'm using the auto rifle, Genesis Chain, and I'm also going to show the scout rifle, Chaos Dogma. And the big question people have is, hey, which weapon should I be using? And it's really circumstantial. You can see here the auto rifle is great at clearing out mobs of enemies. It does have some pretty unique perks to do that, whereas the scout rifle is much better against bosses. And again, the perks for the scout rifle really lend well to that. So let's take a look here really quick, and I'll show you the perks. So the auto rifle has focused fire, and of course you can see this is in the Suros archetype, Suros regime. The focused fire fits right in with that. I'm using Hammer Forge to increase the range and accuracy. I think that's definitely the best one to use there. Maybe high caliber rounds if you really need some additional power to stagger enemies. But the signature perk here, Focused Firefly, is really useful. And when focus fire is in effect, which is always going to be in effect, any precision kills there are going to result in fireflies. So this is one of the few weapons to have that. You can see it proccing there a few times. Now unfortunately the boss here just left, so I kind of feel bad about that. Didn't help these guys out too much. But the auto rifle is going to be your go-to when you're clearing out mobs of enemies. The scout rifle, on the other hand, this is the weapon you're going to want to switch to when you're going up against bosses. So any boss that has a precision area that's relatively easy to hit, this weapon is really going to come through and be a amazing weapon. So much like the auto rifle had perks that made it a powerhouse against mobs of enemies, the scout rifle has perks that really make it a go-to against bosses. So right away you see triple tap. Hey, always a good choice I think for any scout rifle because you're going to be getting a lot of precision hits. But what sets this weapon apart is the triple double perk. And essentially whenever triple tap is activated, an extra bullet is transferred from your reserves to your magazine. So this is very much like the Black Hammer effect. Now, of course, it is taking it from your reserve, so it's not like you're going to have infinite ammo, like you did with the Black Hammer. But as long as you're making those precision hits with triple tap, you're going to increase your magazine size dramatically. Now, I'm going with extended mag. With that perk in mind, it might be worthwhile to use small bore. Now when you do that though, it does lower your magazine size down pretty significantly. But again, when you're going up against the boss though, you're going to be able to be making a lot of precision hits in a row. So think about any of the fallen tanks, for instance. You're going to be making precision hits right away, and you're going to be continually activating triple tap and thus activating triple double. So you'll be doing a massive amount of damage per second against enemies like that. Even against some other bosses too. Axis, for instance, in the new raid. This weapon really comes in handy against him if you want to increase that DPS in those damage windows. Enemies like the Archon Priest and that strike, Sepix, any enemy that you can get a lot of precision hits pretty consistently, this weapon is going to be your go-to in those types of scenarios. So if you're fortunate enough to have beaten the Wrath of the Machine raid and gotten one of these weapons, you're in luck because it's going to be coming in handy quite often. Even better, if you beat the raid, try to save your Siva cache key for the very end. That's how I was able to get both of these actually the first time I completed it, because I was able to use that cache key and get the other weapon that I didn't get for beating the raid in that chest. So definitely keep trying to get these two weapons. Both of them are very viable options. More so I think in PvE than PvP, even though a lot of the weapons in the raid this year are useful in both. Certainly, you could use these in Crucible. They're not going to be as good as some of the Crucible only type weapons, but they're still going to be decent. Like for instance, I used Genesis Chain and Iron Banner for a bit, and was doing okay. You know, they're not bad options for that. But more so, they're going to be useful in PvE. So definitely check these two weapons out. If you prefer one or the other, let me know what you think. I definitely appreciate any comments. Like, subscribe, that would be even better. But as always, thanks for watching.